and paper number and name of the paper and name of the subject, date, everything properly write on the script. This is actually going to take almost minimum 7 to 8 minutes of your time. For example, if your exam is starting from 9:30 and then till 9:40 you will be completing all these details. So fulfilling, writing these informations on the script and reading these are all your time which you are giving from your examination. And in all you get 3 hours. 3 hour means 180 minutes. So you have only 180 minutes and you have to write down your paper, your reading, your information, your detail, everything in this 180 minutes. And minimum 10 minutes all these things are going. Reading paper, filling your script, all these things will be almost taking 10 minutes. So 9:30 to 9:40 you will be filling your details. Now let's come to the next instruction. And what is that? When you start reading your paper, first time when you are getting your question paper, for example, this paper is before you. Okay, this paper is before you. And if you see this paper, so even if I say it's a complete one page, and when you start reading, for example, you start reading first question, then second question, third question. So the moment you read, there are always ideas which are coming immediately. The ideas come in the form of answer. So the moment, for example, if I say critically comment on Dryden's use of Miltonic allusions in Absalom and Achitophel. So if you read this question, very first idea come in your mind, and I would always suggest that on the almost back side of your script, answer script, write those small ideas in form of word or small sentences, because first idea is always very significant, and the same first idea will not be there after second, after even few seconds. So this is always advisable that when you are reading your question paper, turn the back of your script and put the question number, and in pencil also or pen, because that, and write on the script backside, last page of your script, rough, ROUGH, and then write those first ideas, because these first ideas are actually going to help you in the end. And that's why, so when you read a question, very first idea, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, you write in the backside of your script. So for every single question, whatever the first idea is coming, for example, this question number 1 and 9 options are there. So whenever you are reading, for every single question, write all those small notes on the last page of your script. This is definitely going to help you a lot, because what happened when you are reading, for example, when you have done your question number 2, after doing when you are writing your question number 2, your mind is totally involved in that particular idea or particular answer, and it becomes very difficult that at the same time you can think other question and its answer and its significant points. So mind has a significant way of working. So first time the ideas which are there, they will be always unique and different compared to the after completing any one question. For example, if you have completed 3 questions, so when you start writing your first question, by that time your hand is also a little slow. You are actually writing and thinking, but after completing 1, 2.5 page, 3 pages, when you have written, your mind is actually in flow, and your hand is also has got the flow. So that those fresh ideas will not be there. But what happened, the moment you completed your first question, turn the last page of your script, see the point, and then start writing the another question. That is going to help you so much. And when you are completing, so for example, when you are writing your question number 2, in the end, at least try to leave 2-3 lines. Don't start your question immediately after that next line. So if you are leaving 3 lines, in the end, sometime when you have completed your paper, because this 3 hour 180 minute is a rigorous exercise you are doing. You are actually putting your mind and your hand on the extraordinary work. Okay, your mind is running fast, your hands are totally disciplined, and you are writing. So this kind of exercise which you are giving your mind and your hand is extraordinary exercise which your mind is doing once a year or maybe 6 months a year. So that time the mind is working on a different frequency, the hand is working on a different frequency. So for that matter, if you are before time, you are able to write few points in the first and in the last. Why I'm asking to leave the 2 3 lines in the last, because your mind is on an extraordinary mission, your hand is on an extraordinary mission, and by the time you will have certainly different very wonderful ideas which you can always add in the last. Okay, so do not forget to leave 3 lines after completing any one question, and in the last, when you are concluding any few point, if you remember, quickly write it down, and then you read the paper carefully. Okay, so these are the 30. Now I tell you the most significant part of your exam. See, in the examination, time management is very significant. I have seen very often that there are few students who do very well. They have written one question so well, even if two questions so well. And when you read them, they're really doing very well. But, and after some time we see that the last question it's a detailed question, 20-mark question is there, 15-mark question is there, and the student has only written one page, because time management. So you have to be very clear how you divide your time, and that is what I'm just for the just to make your time management easy, I have done little calculation, and on the basis of that I am trying to give you how to divide your time. So what I did, uh, you know 180 minute, I have divided complete 3 hours in the time limit of your questions. This is MA English paper, and you have to complete 4 questions in this. Okay, 4 questions in this you have to complete. So what I have divided, if your exam start, 9:30. Okay, so after getting 9:30, the moment you get 9:30, 10 minutes you are writing your 9:30 to 9:40, you are filling the detail of your script, you are reading the question paper, and by the same time within that 10 minutes you are actually writing those significant first ideas on the back end of the script. So 10 minutes we have given to this particular exercise, which is very very significant. We cannot avoid this exercise. It could not happen that you are not filling your roll number, your paper name, your detail in the script. That you have to do. So 9:30 to 9:40 we have gone for this 10 minutes we have given, and just to make your answer easy and more organized, what I did, I have divided complete 180 minutes into the 4 questions. So your first question will start, and I'm requesting you to start with the detailed question, 15 or 20-mark question, so that will give you fair idea. So if you start your detailed first one detailed question at 9:40, okay, if you start at 9:40, then minimum 40 minutes you can give. Okay, so maximum detail you have to attempt 3 questions in detail. Okay, so 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, out of these 2 3 4 5 6 7, 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, right? These are 7 questions. Out of these 7 questions you have to attempt 3. So for these 3 questions, one question you can afford to give 40 minutes, maximum 40 minutes. If you are exceeding from the 40 minutes, so you start with 9:40 first detailed question, and you have to complete it by 10:20. your first question must be completed by 10:20. Okay, then the second question, detailed second question, will be going for 10:20 to 11 o'clock. So by 11, when the time is 11 in your watch, you are actually completed two questions, two detailed questions. From 11 a.m. to 11:40 is third question. So by 11:30 you have to complete three questions. It means by that time when the 11:30 is there, 11:40 is there, by the time when the 11:40 is there, you have already done your three major questions. So 20 marks each, it means 60 marks paper you have already done when the time is 11:40. And for these minor questions, okay, so these are 9 choice and you have to do 5. So for these 5 questions, you can maximum afford 12 minutes. So detailed question 40 minutes and minor question 12 minutes. But I would suggest you go for 10 minutes only, because this 10 minutes is, earlier already you have taken little time for reading, filling your script. And so in a way, these minor question you can have only 10 minutes. And for the major question, you can have maximum 40 minutes. This is your time division. Okay. So according to this strategy, when you are doing major questions first, so by 9:40 first question, and it is finished, completed by 10:20. From 10:20 second question, and you have already completed it by 11 o'clock. From 11 to 11:40, question number 3. Now come to the minor question. So any one of this one question you take, then you have to start it by 11:40. So 11:40 to 11:50, any of this one question. Then 11:50 to 11:60, or it is 12 o'clock. So maybe maximum 12:05. When 12:05 is there, the second question of minor, small question, second question number 2, because 5 in 5, in all 5 you have to do. So already question number 2 by 12:05 you have done. From 12:05 to 12:10, minor question number 3. From 12:10 to 12:20, minor 4, and 12:20 to 12:30. So when 12:20 is there, you are actually doing your last question. You are starting your last question. So मोटा आपको याद रखना है, बड़े सवाल को आप सिर्फ 40 मिनट दे सकते हैं मैक्सिमम, और छोटे क्वेश्चंस को आप 10 मिनट दे सकते हैं। उस 10 मिनट में आप जितना लिख सकते हैं, जितना क्रिटिकल, जितना एनालिटिकल, जितना आपका जो उसमें रेफरेंस देते हुए जो कुछ भी आप कर सकते हैं। मेजर क्वेश्चन यू कैन ओनली अफोर्ड टू गिव मैक्सिमम 40 मिनट, and minor question you can only afford to give 10 minutes. So if this time management you follow, you'll be able to complete your question paper on time. You'll be able to give exactly fair space and fair time to every question, and in that way. And remember one thing, those who are getting good marks, they never leave a single question. If you are leaving any question, even if it is 5 marks, it is going to affect you very badly. So you cannot afford to leave a single question even, and give enough time. Small question 10 minutes, major question 40 minutes maximum. And the mota fact is that by 11:40, when time is 11:40, you have actually completed all of your 3 major questions. So these are simple, small things. And remember, there are certain things I would tell you, that cheating, asking, helping other, or asking for pen, pencil, anything, this is actually going to kill your own time, right? If you have come for the extraordinary exercise, if you have come for this extraordinary mission today, just 180 minutes, then you cannot afford to ask, pen, pencil, or anything which you require. So before time, before day before, you just keep everything make it in your pouch, make it in your purse, and don't ask anyone. And one more last thing I would tell you, that when you're going before time, you know, a night before that, imagine that you are there in the examination hall. You are imagine the time you are managing. Imagine that you are completing your whole paper. Imagine that you are writing very wonderful. Imagine that you are completing your paper. Your answers are absolute. You have done very well. Your handwriting is beautiful, and you are not talking to anybody. You don't have any cheating material. You are not asking anyone. This imagination will actually smoothen your performance in the next day. So, imagination is so powerful. When we imagine anything, our mind is actually, it's a kind of virtually appearing in the examination. So, in your mind, you have appeared in exam. Your mind is already prepared. Your mind is actually gone through the real exercise, because many times, I mean, science also says that mind is actually not able to identify between the virtual and the real world. So virtually you are sitting in the examination, virtually you are writing your paper, completing major question in 40 minutes, completing minor questions in 10 minutes, and this is going to help you a lot. And believe me, if you follow these certain things, if you follow these certain regulations, your examination is going to perfect. Okay? So, and one more thing, our examination pattern is based on writing. Okay, because you have to need to writing practice. And I would suggest you, those who are appearing for exam, 1 month before, if you start writing, when you are reading, when you are studying, keep notebook and pen and write small paragraphs. So this writing practices actually make your hand muscle more comfortable, more convenient, and practice. And this will actually help you to make your performance smoother in the examination hall. So practice your writing. And these are not simple instructions. These are strategies, these are the things which you cannot avoid. आपको लगता है कि आप ये सारी प्रैक्टिस किए बगैर आप अच्छे नंबर ला सकते हैं, तो ये मुश्किल है। इसलिए तो जो आपके लिए ज़रूरी है, आपके लिए हैंडराइटिंग की प्रैक्टिस करना ज़रूरी है। एग्जामिनेशन हॉल में जाने से पहले उसको इमेजिनेशन कर लो, 30 मिनट पहले पहुंचो, पहले अपना रोल नंबर, अपनी डेस्क, अपना सब सामान देख लो, आपके पास एक्स्ट्रा पेन, आपका पानी की बॉटल, और वो 180 मिनट में आप वॉशरूम जाके ये सब समय बर्बाद नहीं कर सकते। और चूंकि ये आपके भले के लिए, आपके खुद की ज़रूरत के लिए, इसलिए आप करेंगे तो इसका फ़ायदा आप ही को मिलेगा। No one else is going to be benefit out of this. So follow these small instructions, and this is really going to help you a lot. Okay, and my best wishes are there. All the best, do well, and top the exam. Thank you.